In the Kalahari Basin, water is the supreme force, compelling even its rulers to redefine their very nature. The epicenter of this transformation lies in the Okavango Delta, a phenomenal work of nature. Each year, a great river begins its journey from Angola, but its destination is not the sea. Instead, it ventures into the desert's heart, turning nearly 6,000 square miles of dry sand into a lush wetland before it evaporates. It is a miracle of life, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. And in the heart of that heritage site, lions have rewritten every rule their kind once followed. The Okavango lions are unlike any other population on the continent. Their bodies have changed. Broader shoulders, deeper chests, and muscles far more developed than their dryland relatives. This was no sudden alteration. It is a legacy etched into their very bloodline over countless generations. Natural selection has forged an extraordinary instinct, a skill for water combat that no lesson could ever teach. They move with a high-stepping gait, lifting each leg vertically from the water before placing it down, minimizing the drag of the current. Their paws are wider than normal, acting like snowshoes on the soft mud, distributing their weight to prevent them from sinking. Derek and Beverly Joubert, filmmakers who have dedicated their lives to chronicling the Okavango, describe it as the most astonishing adaptation they have ever witnessed in lions. But the most profound transformation is not in their anatomy, but in their hunting tactics. While their dry land cousins kill with a suffocating bite to the throat, the Okavango lions drive their targets into channels and drown them. This strategy requires something that mere instinct cannot create: deliberate coordination between individuals and a deep understanding of the watery terrain. And above all, the courage to conquer an element that feline instinct has always sought to avoid. The Baye people, fishermen who live along the Okavango's channels, call the lion Tau. In their language, Tau is not just a name, it is a symbol of sacred power, a clan totem. In this inundated world, the lion's greatest adversary is none other than the African buffalo. An Okavango buffalo herd can number up to 2,000, a moving fortress that even the largest pride must hesitate to attack. On the head of each adult bull, two horns fuse into a solid shield of bone called a boss, fully formed when the animal reaches 8 to 9 years of age. That shield can withstand the direct charge of a male lion. It is the product of millions of years of natural selection in a world full of enemies. Yet the buffalo's most formidable weapon is not its physical strength, but its collective intelligence. Ecologist Herbert Prinz discovered that when a herd needs to decide on a direction, the adult females stand and look towards where they wish to go. The will of the majority decides, a form of primitive democracy operating in the heart of the wild. Buffalo traverse the swamps on wide, splayed hooves like combat boots, pushing through mud without slowing. They bathe in mud daily. The dried layer forms a natural armor that both regulates their temperature and deters parasites. And as the buffalo move, they mow down the tall, tough grasses, untouched by other grazers, clearing paths for impala, zebra, and dozens of other species to feed behind them. But buffalo are not the only force shaping the wetlands. There is another ecological engineer, heavier, more dangerous, and far more ancient, the hippopotamus. $6,600 pounds of muscle, skin nearly 2 inches thick, and jaws that can open to 150 degrees. This is the hippopotamus, an animal many researchers consider to be Africa's most dangerous. Their body design is a masterpiece of aquatic engineering. Eyes, ears, and nostrils are aligned on the top of their head, like the periscope of a submarine, allowing them to see while almost fully submerged. Their skin secretes a red fluid called hyposudoric acid, not blood, but a natural sunscreen that blocks ultraviolet rays and kills bacteria. Research by Saikawa and colleagues, published in the journal Nature in 2004, confirmed this is a unique biological defense system in the mammalian world. But the hippo's greatest contribution to the Okavango is not its fighting prowess. Each night, the herds come ashore to graze, returning to the water before dawn. Their repeated journeys forge deep channels through the dense vegetation. These channels become the arteries of the delta, carrying water to drier lands, expanding the swamp's borders, and creating habitats for fish, birds, and hundreds of other species. Hippos don't build dams like beavers. They are simply too big, too heavy, and travel too often, unintentionally creating a natural irrigation network that is irreplaceable. The channels created by hippos are also the highways that lions use to move between hunting grounds. Without hippos, lions would have to swim through dense marsh, a slower, more dangerous, and far more exhausting journey. The lower canines of an adult bull can reach 20 inches in length. Its bite force is estimated at 1,800 pounds. A force strong enough to splinter a wooden boat, and certainly enough to cost any intruder, even a lion, its life. When two bulls fight for territory, they gape to their widest extent, displaying their enormous teeth in a lethal warning. The battles can last for hours, often ending only when one of the combatants falls. But the Okavango also hides a threat that not even a hippo can withstand: anthrax. The bacterium, Bacillus anthracis, periodically erupts in the delta, and hippos are among the first victims. When a hippo dies from anthrax, its carcass becomes a biological bomb, releasing spores into the water, soil, and air, threatening the entire surrounding ecosystem. But even the Lord of the Water has an enemy more ancient than any mammal. And that enemy has been waiting for millions of years, still, silent, perfect. The Nile crocodile. Along the crocodile's lower jaw, hundreds of integrated sensory organs, called ISOs, are densely packed like a biological radar network. Research by Leach and Catania, published in the Journal of Experimental Biology in 2012, proved these sensors are more sensitive than a human fingertip. They can detect the faintest ripple from an animal stepping into the water dozens of yards away. The crocodile's back is armored with osteoderms, bony plates embedded just beneath the skin, forming a natural shield that a lion's teeth cannot pierce. But the osteoderms are not just armor. Beneath each plate lies a dense network of blood vessels, acting as a biological heating system, absorbing the sun's warmth as the crocodile basks, then distributing it throughout its body. In their stomachs, dozens of small stones called gastroliths are deliberately swallowed. Not for digestion, but for ballast, just as a submarine adjusts its depth with water. A crocodile's attack is not a test of endurance. It is an explosion of power, executed in a single second. A strike from below, so fast the human eye can barely register it. The prey is dragged under, spun in a maneuver known as the death roll. a technique for tearing flesh without chewing. The bite of a Nile crocodile is among the most powerful in the animal kingdom. And here, we discover an astonishing aspect, one that seems to contradict the very nature of a crocodile. They also eat fruit. A study by Platt and colleagues in 2013 in the Journal of Zoology found that crocodiles deliberately swallow waterberries and the fruit of the sausage tree. The seeds pass through their digestive system and are deposited along the riverbanks, a form of seed dispersal known as saurochory. The apex predator, it turns out, is also a silent gardener. A Nile crocodile can survive for 1 to 2 years after a large meal, an efficiency of metabolism unmatched by any mammal. The relationship between crocodile and hippo in the Okavango is a tense equilibrium. They share the same water, the same basking spots, yet an adult hippo can snap a 10-foot crocodile in half with a single bite. And when lions enter the water, they step into a realm the crocodile has ruled for 100 million years. Here, the terrestrial hunter becomes potential prey. This is the paradox of the Okavango. Water brings life, but it also turns every footstep into a gamble, a truth understood to the bone by predator, crocodile, and especially the prey. For the race is not only between those at the top of the food chain. Below them, the prey are also evolving sophisticated, swift, and no less spectacular. The red lechwe is living proof of the biological arms race between hunter and hunted. Its body is tilted forward, with hind legs longer than its front, a design that looks awkward on land, but is perfect in water. The lechwe's hooves are wide and splay upon contact, like miniature flippers, giving it purchase on the soft mud without sinking. When pursued, the red lechwe does not run. It leaps, bounding across the water's surface like a dolphin, a technique called porpoising. Water has 800 times the resistance of air. Every leap out of the water means an 800-fold reduction in drag during the airborne phase. This is not wild instinct, it is physics, honed by nature. Between 60,000 and 75,000 red lechwe live in the Okavango, one of the largest populations on the globe. Their mating system is also bound to the water. Males establish small territories called leks, display arenas where they show off their strength. Females observe and almost always choose the male in the central position. The red lechwe's life revolves around water from the moment of birth. Lionesses give birth on dry land, but a lechwe mother delivers her calf at the very edge of the swamp water, shallow enough for the newborn to stand, but deep enough to deter any predator that cannot swim. But there is a place in the Okavango where all these adaptations are pushed to their limit, where lion and buffalo meet head-on, day after day, in a battle that neither side is willing to lose. Duba Plains. The lions of Duba Plains are specialists in hunting buffalo not by choice, but by tradition. One generation teaches the next the skills to confront prey weighing nearly 2,000 pounds, a form of what scientists call cultural food specialization. No other lion pride in the world so regularly attacks prey 4 times its own body weight, except for the Duba pride. "10 to 20 lions coordinate their attacks in broad daylight, something exceedingly rare for any other lion population in the world. They do not chase in the traditional sense. Instead, they slowly close in. Cornered, the buffalo are forced back into water channels where the soft mud instantly traps their legs, turning their immense strength into a deadly liability. And finally, the largest individual will climb onto the buffalo's back and push it under. This is not instinct. This is strategy taught, learned, passed down from mother to daughter over generations. But the lion's ingenuity does not stop with hunting buffalo. Each pride in the Okavango develops its own hunting culture, a tactical legacy passed from one generation to the next. When an experienced elder dies, she takes with her a library of knowledge the pride may never relearn. This same adaptability has led to deadly conflict with people, especially when prides learn to raid livestock farms. Consequently, relentless retaliations have cost more than 20 lions their lives each year, pushing the local population to the brink of collapse. To break this cycle, the organization Claws was born. They implement simple yet effective solutions, GPS collars that send automatic alerts to farmers, and canvas kraals to block the lion's predatory instincts. As a result, the number of lions killed has dropped significantly, proving that conservation is not about separation, but about finding ways for humans and wildlife to coexist. In the Okavango, where water writes the laws, humans too are learning to adapt and to listen. But the abundance brought by this water is not eternal. About 125 miles east of the Okavango in Chobe National Park, there is a channel that defies understanding. The Savute Channel, the Ghost River, flows and dries on a cycle that lasts for decades, driven not by rain or drought, but by tectonic shifts deep within the Kalahari Rift system. The last time the Savute flowed was in 2008, after 26 years of being completely dry since 1982. When the water recedes, everything changes. The grass turns yellow. Red dust settles on every surface. The paths, once carved by hippos, become cracked fissures of dry earth. The marsh shrinks to a few scattered waterholes in a scorched plain. And thousands of exhausted elephants converge on the last remaining mud pools, digging wells with their trunks, searching for water beneath the cracked ground. Elephants are the only ones who can find water when no one else can. Their trunks dig feet deep into the dry riverbed, creating wells upon which dozens of other species, zebra, antelope, even lions, depend. But in Savute, the elephant's unintentional kindness is also a trap. As the herds crowd around the last mud hole, they become their most vulnerable. And there, amidst the desperation of the elephants, the lions have been patiently waiting. The lions of Savute are not like the lions of the Okavango. If the Okavango lions adapted to water, the Savute lions adapted to its absence and to its consequences. They are larger. Females can reach 350 pounds, the males 550. These immense bodies have been forged by an unthinkable prey, the elephant. Not a fully grown bull, 13 feet tall and 15,000 pounds, with the power to overturn a truck. But calves and subadults, from 4 to 11 years old, still large enough to kill any single predator. This is not an act of desperation. It is a skill passed from one generation to the next, exactly as the Duba lions pass on the art of hunting buffalo. When a pride loses its oldest females, the teachers who know how to bring down an elephant, that skill can be lost forever. To take down an elephant, The Savute lions form a super pride, up to 30 strong, 3 times the size of a normal pride. They hunt only at night. Elephants have poor night vision, and in the darkness, their great size becomes a liability rather than an advantage. The hunt begins not with speed, but with infinite patience, as the pride stalks for hours to isolate a young elephant from the protection of its herd. The calf's screams can summon a formidable defense, a phalanx of tusk and muscle that forces the lions to retreat. But if that wall forms too late, the hunt ends in absolute silence. The reward for such a high-stakes gamble is immense. Nearly 9,000 pounds of meat, enough to sustain the entire super pride for days. But the cost is not small. Most adult Savute lions bear long scars, the marks of tusks, of a crushing stomp. Every scar is a story of nights when the line between success and failure was measured in seconds, of near-death encounters survived. But lions are not the only threat the Savute night conceals. As the elephant's cries fade into silence, another sound rises, the chilling, whooping calls that tear through the darkness, the voice of an ancient enemy. The spotted hyena. They are not the scavengers of popular myth. "80% of a spotted hyena's food comes from active hunting, a figure confirmed by researcher Kay Holcamp over decades of fieldwork. Their bite force, around 1100 psi, is the strongest of any African carnivore, powerful enough to crush the femur of a buffalo. Their jaws do not just bite, they grind, turning bone to powder, extracting calcium and fat that no other predator can reach. In terms of speed, a spotted hyena can reach 37 miles per hour. They can maintain a chase for up to 3 miles, 10 times farther than a lion. If the lion is an ambusher, the hyena is the savannah's most persistent pursuer. The great hyena clans of Savute can number up to 80 individuals, all dominated by females. But in Savute, the greatest threat to the lions comes not from elephants or hyenas. It comes from man. In 2019, Botswana lifted a hunting ban that had been in place since 2014. Lions, especially males with black manes, a symbol of superior genetic fitness, became targets for trophy hunters. The price for a license, $50,000 US. The issue is not just one of numbers. When the strongest male is shot, the pride loses its best genes, the genes that have passed down the skills to hunt elephants, to survive the dry season, to fight hyenas. A single bullet does not just end one lion's life. It erases an evolutionary legacy honed over thousands of generations. The debate over conservation hunting continues today, with no easy answers and no side entirely in the right. But there is one question all sides agree must be answered. If the Savute lions disappear, who will control the elephant herds? Who will maintain the balance that millions of years of evolution have created? If dwindling water forced lions to change to become bigger, stronger, more audacious, what happens when water never existed at all? The answer lies on the continent's western edge, where the Namib Desert meets the Atlantic Ocean. The Namib, 55 million years old, is one of the most ancient landscapes on the planet. Here, rain is virtually non-existent. There are no rivers, no lakes, no swamps, only sand, rock, and fog. The Benguela fog. The Benguela Current, a cold stream of Antarctic water flowing along the Namibian coast, generates a dense fog on about 180 days a year along the Skeleton Coast. That fog is the only source of water for this desert ecosystem, from the Namib beetle that tilts its body to catch the droplets to the lions that lick moisture from rocks at dawn. And here, between the sand and the fog, live approximately 60 adult lions, according to the first systematic survey by Conservation Namibia in 2023. The entire population. Fewer than the students in a single classroom. Researcher Philip Stander has spent over 2 decades tracking them. He calls them the vanishing kings. The death of a single desert lion is an irreplaceable loss, for the population is too small to recover quickly. Each pride's territory stretches for nearly 8,000 square miles, a vast area, for prey is so scarce that the lions must travel 30 to 45 miles a night just to find their next meal. They can go for weeks, even months, without drinking, deriving moisture from the blood and tissue of their prey, supplemented by the benguela fog that clings to the rocks. And their prey, this is what stunned the scientific world. The desert lions of the Namib hunt seals. Cape fur seals, a species of eared seal, gather in colonies thousands strong along the Namibian coast, where the Benguela current brings a rich supply of fish. An adult bull can weigh up to 660 pounds. Their fur is dense, with nearly 300,000 hairs per square inch of skin, a perfect insulation in the cold water. On land, the Cape fur seal is not slow. Unlike true seals, they can rotate their hind flippers forward, moving on all 4 limbs at speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. But the lions are still faster. And on the sand, the advantage belongs to the one born of the land. Standard's 2019 study, published in the Namibian Journal of Environment, showed that marine life made up 79% of the hoanib pride's diet over an 18-month period. But the lions are not the only carnivores on the Namibian coast. There is another phantom, quieter, more solitary, and much rarer. The brown hyena. The rarest hyena in the world, with a total global population estimated at just 5,000 to 8,000 individuals, listed as near threatened by the IUCN. The coastal people of Namibia call them strand wolf or beach wolf, for they wander the sands like solitary ghosts, their dark brown fur up to a foot long, blowing in the sea wind. Unlike spotted hyenas, which live in large clans, brown hyenas hunt alone. They scavenge on seal carcasses that wash ashore, seabird eggs, and occasionally the remains of beached whales. Their jaws are strong enough to crush dry bone, extracting nutrients from what all others have left behind. Their sense of smell can detect a carcass from miles away. The desert lions and brown hyenas share the same coast, but rarely confront one another. Both are too few, too precious, and too preoccupied to waste energy on conflict. If the Okavango is where life explodes from an abundance of water, and Savute is where the battle for survival is defined by its scarcity, then the Namib is where all creatures must learn to exist with its absolute absence. Here, at the continent's final edge, life is not a battle. It is an art of conservation. Every calorie calculated, every footstep considered, every drop of dew treasured. Three kingdoms, three different answers to the same question: how to survive. In the Okavango, water is abundant, and the lions learn to swim, to drown, to make the aquatic world their arena. In Savute, the water vanishes, and the lions grew larger, bolder, willing to confront the largest creature on land. In the Namib, water never existed, and the lions became wanderers, eating seals, drinking fog, and slowly vanishing in the silence. Lions do not rule through sheer force alone. They rule through their ability to change how they hunt, how they eat, how they move, how they exist. That is the lesson the Kalahari has written in sand, in water, in the bones of millions of creatures over millions of years. A land of mesmerizing extremes, where the delicate boundary between life and death is but a single breath apart. Beneath the searing heat of the African sun, every creature is driven towards the last river, the only source of life in this arid landscape. As dusk falls, this beautiful valley transforms into a brutal arena, hosting the life and death duels of its predators. Here, nature offers no dense forests for shelter or concealment. Instead, there are only dunes of fiery red sand and an all-encompassing harshness that tests the will of every species. And yet, by some miracle, life always finds a way to conquer this unforgiving land. This is the domain of lions, the most formidable and majestic beasts of the dark continent. But at this moment, fortune has turned its back on them. Recent arduous hunts have all ended in bitter failure. Hunger gnaws at every muscle, etching a deep sorrow in their blazing amber eyes. Every heavy breath they take is a desperate, heart-wrenching sigh. On the far horizon, a herd of impala cautiously approaches the river. It is a burning thirst that has pushed them to the very edge of recklessness. A chance wind blowing from the river has completely masked the scent of the predators hiding in the bush. The herd continues its advance, utterly unaware of the death that lies in wait. In the shadows, the lion's muscles coil, tensed like lethal springs ready to be unleashed. The pride bursts forth like a violent storm, kicking up a blinding cloud of dust across the savannah. The impala, in a state of sheer panic, flee with the purest instinct of fear. The fate of one is sealed in the briefest of stumbles. Fangs and claws sink into prey amidst the snarls and panting breaths that mingle with the red dust rising like smoke from a battlefield. A precious prize won with blood and the hunter's utter exhaustion. But this small meal is not nearly enough to fill the bellies of a starving pride. Even the vultures, the most patient spectators of this tragedy, will not receive a single share. They can only circle silently overhead, carrying their hunger and tireless vigilance into the fading twilight. But lions are not the only inhabitants fighting for survival in this harsh land. As the sun begins to set, the suffocating heat finally gives way to a cool breeze, and the savannah awakens from a long, forced slumber. From the safety of their burrows deep underground, warthogs emerge one by one. They move with caution, seeking out the rare mud wallows that remain in the dry basin. Here they meet their distant relatives, the colossal hippos, already submerged in the murky water. Both creatures share a crucial evolutionary trait. They have no sweat glands. In the merciless African heat, this is a potentially fatal shortcoming, were it not for their ingenious solutions. And that solution is this thick, cooling mud. The mud not only keeps their bodies cool far longer than water alone, but it also acts as a protective shield, preventing the harsh sun from scorching their delicate skin. As sunset begins to stain the sky red, many other creatures make their way to the precious pools of water. A flock of great white pelicans soars on the thermals rising from the earth, creating a truly spectacular sight. They are drawn to the dwindling lagoons, one of the few remaining water sources in the lion's territory. When their body temperature gets too high, pelicans perform a remarkable action. They flutter the gular pouch beneath their bill. It is a simple yet wonderfully effective system of evaporative cooling. In the shade of the nearby woodlands, dusk also awakens more secretive and timid creatures. A herd of greater kudu, with their magnificent spiral horns, emerges after a long day of foraging. They head towards the waterhole to quench a gnawing thirst. However, in this wild world, to leave cover is to accept a deadly risk. For the starving lions, a kudu is a perfect and substantial target. Suddenly, the lead bull freezes, his ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound. A single dry twig snapping under a predator's paw, or a strange current of air carrying the scent of death, is all it takes. The entire herd turns as one, vanishing into the forest shadows like phantoms. The predator has been detected, and a painstaking hunt is over before it has even begun. Meanwhile, the atmosphere at the waterhole grows ever more lively and animated. The The giant marabou storks now join the pelicans. With their bizarre bald heads and scruffy plumage, they are often called the diligent undertakers of the African sky. But marabous are more than mere scavengers. When the water level in the lagoon is low, they wade directly into the mire to find their own food. Immediately, pelicans and yellow-billed storks follow, creating a rhythmic, coordinated campaign of stirring up the water. The yellow-billed stork uses its sensitive, slightly open bill to feel for the slightest vibration of prey in the mud below. As the sun sinks completely below the horizon, the Savannah is set ablaze in a deep, majestic crimson. Another day of life and death in Zambia has finally drawn to a close. It is this relentless, challenging cycle that has kept this land eternal for millions of years. Leaving the bustling lagoons, we travel to the heart of the Great Plains, the domain of the African buffalo, the true, untamable giants of the Savannah. Behold their majesty. A mature adult can weigh between 1,100 and nearly 2,000 pounds. But the largest bulls, true living tanks, can exceed the astonishing mark of over a ton. Atop their heads is a masterpiece of evolution, a colossal set of horns fused at the center into what scientists call a boss. This natural armor is up to 4 inches thick and as hard as rock, a perfect shield for the skull. And when needed, it becomes a terrifying weapon, capable of delivering a blow with enough force to shatter the bones of any enemy that dares to confront it. Buffalo are never alone. They depend on one another in herds of dozens to hundreds, bound together by the instinct to survive. Within the herd, unity is the ultimate strength, but there is no shortage of dramatic struggles for power. Under the harsh midday sun, 2 bulls clash, the crack of their horns like thunder in a clear sky. Each charge carries the weight of a sledgehammer. But this fight is about more than just dominance. It is a ruthless selection process, ensuring that only the strongest and most resilient will earn the right to lead the herd through the punishing dry season. And in the midst of these violent displays of power, life quietly, miraculously finds a way to blossom. After a grueling pregnancy of nearly 11 months, a new life has been born. It is extraordinary that just minutes after birth, the calf is already trembling, trying to stand on its own weak legs. This is its first lesson, a mandatory rite of passage in the endless war for survival it has just joined. As dawn breaks on the horizon, the herd grazes peacefully, unwittingly acting as engineers of the savannah. By consuming the older, tougher grasses, they manage the vegetation and create space for fresh, new shoots to grow. Thanks to their presence, many other species also benefit from this renewed source of food. However, the buffalo's role in the ecosystem is more complex. They are a vital source of food for lions. But few animals are like the African buffalo, a prey that offers abundant protein, yet possesses the power to kill its own hunter. In the nearby shadows, a pride of lions is stalking patiently, their eyes locked on the herd's every move. In a flash, the moment arrives. The predators strike a buffalo that has strayed from the herd. The vulnerable animal becomes a feast for the hunters. One life falls so that another may be renewed. The savannah has no compassion, only the unforgiving law of survival. In nature's great game, death is the price of balance. We leave the river valleys of Zambia for the vast plains of the Serengeti, where a story of succession is being written in the silence of the wilderness, In a secluded corner of the woodland, hidden in the shade of acacia trees, a lioness lies exhausted after a difficult birth. Beside her, new lives are stirring helpless cubs, their eyes still sealed against the harsh world outside. Look closely at their fur. Those soft little spots are not just a mark of innocence, but perfect camouflage, helping them to dissolve into the dappled sunlight and thick grass. During this fragile stage, the lioness has made a strategic decision to separate from her pride and raise her cubs alone. It is a necessary exile, an effort to protect her young from opportunistic predators and the unpredictable brutality of the pride's own males. But in the world of the Serengeti, safety is only a temporary illusion. Not far from the den, a hyena has caught the scent of vulnerability and begins to approach with dark intentions. It hopes for an easy meal, but it has forgotten one of nature's eternal truths. A mother's instinct is a weapon more fearsome than any claw or fang. The instant the intruder pokes its head through the bushes, the lioness charges with terrifying speed and unstoppable force. Her roar echoes through the woods, a defiant message that sends the hyena fleeing in abject terror. This is the first lesson in survival, a baptism by sound and fury for her vulnerable young. The Serengeti has never and will never tolerate a moment's lapse in vigilance. During these first challenging weeks, the lioness rarely leaves her cub's side. Every rustle of dry leaves, every shift in the wind is registered with the highest state of alert. When the cubs are old enough, the pride will become not just a sanctuary, but their first school for mastering the savannah. Here, they learn to recognize the language of their own kind, to listen for distant roars, and to understand the signals that mark their territory. On a brilliant morning, an unexpected opportunity for practice arises when a herd of young Thompson's gazelles wanders near the resting pride. The adult lions immediately fan out, forming a sophisticated and flawless ambush. Driven by instinctual curiosity, one of the cubs quietly follows its mother to join the great game. But its clumsy paws accidentally step on a dry twig, creating a small snap in the silence. That single mistake is enough. The gazelles bolt in a panic, and the hunt ends in failure. In the human world, it might be seen as a mistake, but the lioness does not punish her child. She gently nudges the cub back into the circle of safety, for nature is the most patient of all teachers. Patience is the key to survival, a virtue that every inhabitant of this wild world must learn to its core. Time passes quickly in the Serengeti, and the fragile cubs of yesterday have now truly come of age. Their roar is no longer a juvenile cry, but a powerful challenge that shakes the very air. In this great land, every creature is diligently writing its own unique story of survival. And as the final roar echoes in the Serengeti sunset, it affirms a spirit of the lion that will endure for 1,000 years to come. Let us lift our gaze beyond the dry thorn bushes to admire a true icon of pride and power on the African savannah. The giraffe stands like a living tower, majestic against a sea of grass, an unmistakable image of this continent. A fully grown adult can reach the astonishing height of nearly 20 feet, with a graceful yet powerful neck measuring over 6 feet long. But this elegant and serene appearance conceals an incredibly sophisticated machine within its enormous body. To sustain life at such an extraordinary height, nature has equipped it with a massive heart weighing up to 26 pounds. This heart works tirelessly, pumping blood all the way to its head to nourish the brain, defying the constant pull of gravity. And something truly miraculous happens when this towering creature bends down to drink. A special system of valves deep within its neck automatically regulates blood pressure with absolute precision. This mechanism ensures it does not faint or suffer brain damage from the sudden shift in blood flow as it changes posture. When the first rains of the season arrive, reviving the vast savannah, a new chapter in the life of the giraffe begins. The mating season brings with it fierce and dramatic battles between males for the right to pass on their genes. Their weapons are not sharp fangs or claws, but their long, muscular necks and sturdy horns. Two giants face off, swinging their powerful necks to crash against each other, the sound echoing like dry thunder across the plains. This is a contest of pure strength and incredible endurance, sometimes lasting for hours under the relentless sun. The weaker male will eventually submit, yielding the ultimate prize to the strongest and most resilient. After the battle ends, life continues its quiet course with the female's arduous 15-month pregnancy. And then, the most sacred and anticipated moment arrives in the stillness of nature. A giraffe calf is born through a unique and somewhat harsh ritual, a free fall of over 6 feet to the ground. This seemingly dangerous fall is in fact a powerful alarm clock, instantly awakening the survival instincts within the tiny creature. Miraculously, just a few hours after entering the world, its small legs are steady enough to stumble after its mother. But peace on the savannah is never easily won. Dawn is just breaking, painting the vast African savannah in hues of pink, where a herd of Thompson's gazelles is peacefully grazing on dewy grass. These small yet proud creatures are a symbol of resilient life, always thriving in a land fraught with peril. They possess a remarkable and effective shield for survival, an extraordinary speed that can exceed 50 miles per hour. In this harsh wilderness, speed is not merely an ability. It is the strongest shield that protects life itself. But this pure tranquility is often fragile, capable of vanishing in the blink of an eye with the shifting moods of nature. In the shade of the dry bushes, a pair of amber eyes is watching silently, missing no movement from the herd. It is the cheetah, the swiftest and most cunning predator on these immense plains. It lies motionless, demonstrating incredible patience as it waits for the perfect moment to strike. The hunter's cold gaze sweeps across the herd, analyzing each individual, searching for the smallest opening. And then, an incautious young gazelle strays from the herd's protection, instantly becoming the fatal target in the predator's mind. The hunter begins its approach with masterful skill, each step as light and silent as a breeze through the dry grass. The distance between hunter and prey shrinks, now only about 100 yards. The moment of truth is at hand. Suddenly, a gazelle in the herd spots the danger, and the entire group scatters in a panicked frenzy. For the cheetah, this is the signal to begin the race for life. It explodes forward, a living arrow tearing across the savannah. A sudden, perfectly precise pounce is launched, followed by a short, sharp cry that fades into the silence. The hunt is over in an instant, and victory once again belongs to the hunter, a necessary part of the unforgiving cycle of life and death. The cheetah sits panting after its phenomenal effort, driven by instinct to begin its meal immediately and recover its spent energy. It begins to tear at the fresh meat, the vital fuel that will restore its strength after the high-speed chase. But even as it enjoys its prize, its ears never stop swiveling, scanning for any sound in its surroundings. A single moment of carelessness, and the prize it just won with all its might could easily be lost to other opportunistic predators. As the sun climbs higher, the remaining Thompson's gazelles slowly regain their composure and begin to move towards the Mara River. They carry with them the shadow of the death they have just witnessed, but also a harsh lesson in survival. Before them lies the Mara River, its deep blue water shimmering under the intense sun. The herd approaches the bank cautiously, lowering their heads to drink, but their eyes never cease to scan the rippling surface. This river is not only a precious source of life, but also a hiding place for lethal dangers lurking beneath the water. Suddenly, the water stirs, and from a distance, the shadowy form of a huge crocodile materializes on the surface. This silent hunter slowly submerges, vanishing completely into the dark water to prepare for a deadly ambush. The herd is on high alert for a moment, but then their burning thirst overcomes their fear of the hidden threat. This rare moment of peace is a just reward for their unceasing vigilance in the wild. And so the savannah continues its endless rhythm, a place where the cycle of life and death never pauses in the great wilderness. Every creature here understands that to see tomorrow's dawn, they must constantly push against their own limits. In that very harshness, the beauty of creation shines most brightly, like an epic hymn to the eternal will to survive. Beneath the fierce African sun, giant dark shapes circle silently in the vast sky. They are not proud hunters, nor are they the majestic lords of the savannah. But with extraordinary patience and a unique instinct, they have become the silent guardians of nature's purity. They are the vultures, the tireless and essential cleanup crew of the wild. With enormous wingspans of up to 10 feet, their keen eyes can spot the smallest detail from miles above. From the horizon, a pack of hyenas is approaching the most formidable opportunists of the savannah. Their chilling laughter echoes across the plains, revealing steel-trapped jaws ready to crush anything in their path. The scene descends into chaos as giant wings beat frantically, kicking dust and dry grass into the air. A few stubborn vultures hold their ground, trying to snatch the last scraps of meat from within the enemy's circle. Red dust, snarling and flapping wings create a brutal yet calculated symphony of nature. In the midst of this chaos, a universal law becomes clear. Nothing is ever wasted. Every member, from the hyenas to the smallest insects, is an indispensable link in the chain of life. The zebra's carcass does not simply disappear. It is being transformed into new life, into fertile soil for future seasons of green. As the sun begins to set, the great wings rise once more, silently melting into the distant horizon. Night falls, blanketing the world, but nature does not sleep. In the darkness, gleaming eyes reflect the moonlight as a pride of lions emerges for a new hunt. In the distance, a herd of elephants slowly approaches a watering hole, the sound of the water a primal melody of the wild. Amidst this vortex of life and death, the vultures continue to soar silently overhead. They do not bring death, but continuation, ensuring that the great wheel of life in Africa never stops turning. On the immense grasslands of the Savannah, lions manifest as masters of concealment. With their powerful bodies and sandy-colored coats, they are easily camouflaged in the dry grass. The male lion is distinguished by his majestic mane, both a symbol of power and a layer of protection in battle. The lioness, with her sleeker and more agile form, often plays the primary role in the hunt. They are master strategists. The foundation of the pride is a steadfast alliance of related lionesses. Meanwhile, The dominant males, with their superior strength, assume the role of protectors, shielding the territory and the pride's future from intruders. Lionesses are responsible for hunting and raising the next generation. They often hunt in coordinated groups to bring down large prey like buffalo. This time, their quarry is a moving herd of buffalo. The pride moves silently through the scorched grass, every gaze fixed on the target. A buffalo unwittingly separates from the herd. Instantly, the attack begins. The lions face fierce resistance. But the strength of one is no match for the power of many. Today, the buffalo has become a feast for the pride. As the heavy footsteps of the buffalo herd pass, the savannah reveals a different rhythm of life, gentler yet ever vigilant. The African elephant, a symbol of absolute power. Their bodies are like moving boulders, with the largest males reaching heights of up to 13 feet and weighing over 6 tons. Their thick skin is like a suit of armor, and their curved tusks are both tools and a statement of status. Elephants typically live in herds led by an older, experienced female. They share an incredibly strong bond, collectively protecting their young and sharing memories of fertile lands. At a distant lake on the African savannah, It is the cheetah, the king of speed on this savanna. She and her cubs have been without food for 2 days. Today, the mother cheetah has seen a glimmer of hope. If she cannot bring back food, her cubs will starve to death. When the Thompson's gazelles finish drinking, the leader guides the herd to graze. The cheetah takes advantage of the moment when no prey is watching to draw closer. A gazelle startles, and the entire grassland shifts. The chase begins. In a moment of life and death, an unlucky gazelle has fallen. The cheetah's cubs have been saved. This is the unforgiving law of the great savanna. The fallen weak will nourish another. Life goes on day by day. The weak must struggle with death each day in exchange for breath. Leaving behind the burning sun and the fierce hunts of the African savanna, if we seek a definition of absolute power, nowhere is it clearer than in the society of the lion. Unlike most predators who choose a life of stealth, lions are the emperors of cooperation, ruling the savanna with an iron discipline. Their method of killing requires no subtlety or stealth. It is a direct, overwhelming assault of weight and numbers. A bite to the throat to lock down the target, amplified by the weight of multiple individuals bearing down on the victim. It is a slow, inescapable sentence of suffocation. a pride of lions, operates like a war machine. The driver, the ambusher, and the finisher. Every action is coordinated with cold precision. This is the brutal socialization of nature, where the strength of one is multiplied to create an undeniable dominance. But on the other side of the hemisphere, where the water is waist deep, this pack rule would be rendered meaningless. Lying in the heart of South America, millions of years ago, a great tectonic shift gave birth to a masterpiece of creation. The Andes, majestic walls of rock, suddenly rose, altering the course of ancient rivers. The water was trapped, with no escape, and the Pantanal, a vast floodplain, was born. But the Pantanal is not a land of peace. Beneath the mud, amidst floods and droughts, nature is in a constant state of rebirth. Covering up to 75,000 square miles, the Pantanal is home to over 4,700 species of plants and animals. This wetland has the highest density of jaguars and caimans in the world. The Pantanal is a different world, where everything depends on the rhythm of two seasons, wet and dry. When the rainy season arrives, 80% of the Pantanal is submerged. But when the rains cease, the Pantanal reveals another face, a season of trial and adaptation. Thunder rumbles, the air holds its breath. The first drops of rain touch the ground, followed by torrential downpours. The water rises, flooding the fields and seeping into the dense forest. Schools of fish swim joyfully in the new water, while flocks of birds return from afar. Life does not just begin, it explodes in a dance of brilliant colors. This is also when the predators prepare for their feast. Amidst the rising waters, a pod of giant otters appears like arrows, breaking the still surface. This is when the giant otters are busier than ever. They are not silent like the jaguar. nor discreet like the anaconda. Their presence is lively and full of energy. With a body that can be nearly 6 feet long from nose to tail tip, the giant otter is not only the largest species in the weasel family, but also the undisputed ruler of the Pantanal's rivers. Their strength lies not just in their size, but in their social structure. A giant otter family typically has 5 to 10 members, led by an alpha pair. Without the need for complex signals, a quick exchange of glances is enough for the entire pod to act in concert. Each member takes its position and role with precision. The small fish panic as they are herded towards the bank. The young otters, with the eagerness of apprentices, wait like living traps. A powerful leap breaks the water's surface, capturing a large catfish struggling in desperation. The otter family's feast begins. But life in the Pantanal is not always peaceful. The black caiman is not only a formidable predator, but also the giant otter's mortal enemy. The alpha male is always vigilant. It raises its head high and lets out a sharp cry, gathering the pod into a tight defensive formation. These calls are not just alarms, they are a complex language. Giant otter has its own unique voice, a distinct auditory identity. They can communicate everything from urgent warnings to gentle calls to reassure their young. Within a family, they can recognize the call of each member, just as we recognize the voices of our loved ones. It is not just a pack, it is a society built on sound. In the depths, the hunter becomes the hunted. A fearsome school of piranhas does not expect that a giant otter can turn them into lunch. For the giant otter, piranhas are not a challenge. With just a few precise snaps, the piranhas are caught by teeth no less sharp. Piranhas can grow up to 20 inches long. The red-bellied piranha, in particular, is known to be the most aggressive. Their most dangerous weapon is their razor-sharp teeth. In a feeding frenzy, those teeth can tear a large piece of flesh in seconds. However, piranhas are not always the predators. They are also known as the cleaners of the ecosystem, feeding on animal carcasses and injured fish, helping to purify the water. Just beneath the murky water, a silent predator has emerged. It does not need to hurry, but when it strikes, no creature can escape its deadly embrace. The anaconda, the world's largest snake, is a legendary symbol of the Pantanal. With a length that can reach up to 26 feet and a weight of over 220 pounds, the anaconda is like a giant phantom hiding in the rivers. Its natural camouflage blends with the vegetation and mud, giving it an absolute advantage, especially at night. The leaves rustle as small, nimble feet move across the damp ground. It is a troop of Coatis, appearing like a group of enthusiastic explorers. After the first rains, their black and white striped tails are held high, signaling a day of lively activity. One climbs a rotting log, using its sharp claws to find insects. Another smells ripe fruit on a high branch and quickly leaps up. But Coatis are not just explorers. They play a fundamental role in the ecosystem. As they move, they drop and disperse the seeds of the fruits they have eaten. These seeds fall to the ground, are nourished by the moist soil of the rainy season, and will soon sprout. However, even amidst the liveliness, danger lurks. A fleeting movement in the undergrowth. Perhaps a jaguar. The entire troop of Coatis quickly gathers, forming a defensive circle. An alarm call rings out, a warning to other creatures in the forest. Above the winding rivers, another creature reigns in its own domain. From on high, a harpy eagle watches in silence, ready for a perfect hunt. With a wingspan exceeding 6.5 feet, the harpy eagle soars like a phantom in the sky. Its sharp eyes scan the dense canopy. Below, a troop of capuchin monkeys plays carelessly among the branches, completely unaware of the danger lurking above. The harpy eagle targets its prey, a small monkey slightly separated from the troop. It is engrossed with a ripe fruit, a moment of carelessness, and its position is revealed. Then the harpy eagle dives from a height of nearly 100 feet at a speed of up to 50 miles per hour. Everything happens in an instant. Returning to its nest on the highest treetop, the harpy eagle lands gently. This is not just food, this is the first lesson for the next generation. The harpy eagle is the ruler of the Pantanal sky, a crucial link in balancing the ecosystem. The rains have ceased, and the dry season arrives as a harsh test. The once roaring rivers of the rainy season now shrink to small pools. The scorching heat envelops the air. Every creature must struggle to find the most precious resource: water. The vegetation turns a yellowish brown. The animals are forced to gather around the last remaining pools. These are not just sources of life, but also fierce battlegrounds where the strong prevail and the weak are quickly eliminated. The heat has ignited the jaguar's brutality and endurance. Its golden, rosette-spotted coat blends perfectly with the withered vegetation. Its golden eyes are fixed on its target. An unwary capybara. If the jaguar is the lord of the land, then in the water no one can contest the throne of the Yakare caiman. With an estimated population of about 10 million, this wetland nurtures the largest crocodilian population on the planet. They do not need to hide. Their presence is the law. With a body length that can reach nearly 10 feet, the Yakare caiman is a perfect master of camouflage. Almost invisible in the murky water, they reveal only their small, gleaming eyes and nostrils, the only senses that break the still surface. The caiman's main weapon is absolute patience. a hunting strategy honed over millions of years of evolution. A school of fish swims by, perhaps piranhas or catfish. The caiman does not rush. Its small eyes follow every movement, registering the slightest vibration on the water's surface. The silence stretches on. Then suddenly, chaos erupts. With a bite of extreme force, reaching thousands of newtons, it snaps up the largest fish. It all happens in an instant. Soon after, everything returns to silence, leaving only gentle ripples and a predator with a full stomach. But life in the Pantanal is an unforgiving cycle. When the dry season arrives and the water sources dry up, the caiman displays a unique survival strategy, completely different from its active hunting behavior. During the dry season, when the water dries up, the caiman displays a unique survival strategy. They bury themselves in the damp mud, lower their heart rate to just a few beats per minute, and enter a state of temporary hibernation, patiently waiting for the first rains to return. The dry season becomes an unforgiving battlefield. One of the most notable warriors of this land is the capybara, which demonstrates its strength and endurance in a quiet way. With a length of up to 4 feet and an average weight of 110 pounds, the capybara is a substantial meal, making it a prime target for jaguars, anacondas, and caimans. But their greatest weapon is not their size, but the unity of their herd. A predator never faces a lone individual, but a wall of vigilance. Living in groups is the capybara's optimal defensive strategy. While some members stand guard, upright on high ground to scan the horizon, the rest can rest or forage in peace. It is an effective biological security system. More eyes, more chances of survival. When threatened, their first tactic is to retreat into the water. They are not just good swimmers. Capybaras are excellent divers, capable of staying underwater for up to 5 minutes, completely disappearing from the sight of terrestrial predators. However, it is this amphibious lifestyle that has created a puzzling phenomenon. A complex relationship with the Yacaré caiman. It is not uncommon to see a giant caiman resting just a few feet away from a herd of capybaras. This strange coexistence is not friendship, but a strategic compromise. The relationship between the capybara and the caiman is both fascinating and unpredictable. It is not uncommon to see a caiman resting near a herd of capybaras. However, this coexistence can turn into conflict in the blink of an eye. Amidst this challenging landscape, a small predator leaves its silent mark. The bush dog, also known as the vinegar dog, its size is that of a small terrier, but do not let its appearance fool you. Its reddish-brown coat blends perfectly with the dry earth and foliage. It moves stealthily, making almost no sound. The The bush dog cannot compare in individual strength to the jaguar or the caiman, but they compensate for their small size with collective intelligence and perfect pack coordination. In an environment where water and land merge, flexibility is essential. The bush dog is a master of amphibious adaptation. Look at their feet, they are webbed. This structure allows them to swim with skill and agility, a rare trait among canids. During a hunt, they can use the shallow waters as a strategic shortcut, chasing prey into the river, while other members wait on the bank to head it off. The true strength of the bush dog lies not in its physical attributes, but in the cohesion and synchronicity of its pack. A typical pack consists of 3 to 12 individuals. They are persistent hunters, working together as a single unit. They do not just chase their prey, they drive it into natural traps, a ravine, a waterhole, or a fallen log. Their non-verbal communication is swift and precise. When attacking, the lead dog may act as a decoy, while another member secretly approaches from behind. Unlike the solitary jaguar or the lion that overwhelms with brute force, the bush dog is a perfect example of how collective intelligence overcomes any physical challenge. They prove a simple but brutal truth of nature. Sometimes, what matters most is not how big you are, but how well you work as a team. Amidst the giants of the Pantanal, this small predator has found a way to dominate. A clap of thunder, the first drops of rain fall. Each drop soaks into the dry mud like a blessing sent to this land. The smell of wet earth fills the air like a hymn of thanksgiving from nature to the Almighty Creator. The grass begins to grow. The palm trees that had shed their leaves now sprout fresh green shoots. This is not just the rebirth of nature, but a testament to patience and faith. Amidst the arid forest of the Pantanal, a clear, bell-like call rings out. Then they appear. A pair of large parrots soars across the sky, an unmistakable symbol of survival in this place. This is the hyacinth macaw, the largest parrot in the world. With a length of up to 3 feet from beak to tail tip, this giant bird is truly a magnificent sight. Their brilliant blue plumage is not just for beauty, it is the color of adaptation, helping them to blend into the blue sky and dark green foliage. But this beauty hides an incredible strength. Their diet revolves around hard palm nuts, nuts with shells so tough they are almost impenetrable. Even a hammer would struggle to crack them. However, the powerful beak of the hyacinth macaw, considered one of the strongest in the avian world, can crush these protective layers with ease. This strength is not just for survival, it plays an essential role in the ecosystem. While foraging, they drop or carry nuts far away. These seeds, when naturally dispersed, will sprout and help to restore and enrich the surrounding forests and grasslands. The hyacinth macaw does not just eat, they are the effective gardeners of the Pantanal. Known for their sociable nature and loyalty, hyacinth macaws form strong, lifelong bonds with their mates. They fly, forage, and rest in pairs or small flocks, demonstrating cohesion and mutual care. Their physical resilience and social loyalty have helped them to survive. The hyacinth macaw is truly a blue gem, a fragile symbol of beauty and strength in this wetland. The Pantanal, the world's largest wetland, was once considered a paradise of life. However, today, this place is not only a symbol of rich life, but also a battlefield where nature and humanity confront each other in an unequal fight. In the last 50 years, the Pantanal has lost 17% of its total area. In recent years, the Pantanal has faced increasingly severe droughts, culminating in devastating wildfires that have burned millions of acres. In this harsh context, the iconic creatures of the Pantanal also face immense difficulties. The hyacinth macaw is also struggling to find the palm trees that provide its main food source. For specialized species like the hyacinth macaw, the decline of the palm trees, their primary food source, is creating an invisible survival pressure. Prolonged droughts have made the Pantanal's forests more susceptible to fire. In 2023, over 2,500 fires were recorded in the first half of the year alone. Amidst the sea of fire, the jaguar has lost much of its territory. The horrific wildfires not only destroy habitats, they also erase movement corridors, isolating jaguar populations and pushing them into fiercer conflicts over the remaining resources. The forests of the Pantanal are disappearing at an alarming rate. In the last 5 years, over 2,500 square miles of forest have been converted to soybean cultivation and cattle ranching. Water, once a source of life, has now become a threat. The rivers of the Pantanal are being polluted by chemicals from agriculture and mining. The Pantanal is a magical gift that creation has bestowed upon the earth. Even amidst the darkness of drought, wildfires, and human encroachment, there are tireless efforts to protect and preserve life. In the vast Pantanal, nature reserves stand as fortresses of life. Modern technology has become an important tool. Satellites are used to monitor wildfires and changes in vegetation. The Pantanal is not just Brazil's issue, but a global trend. International organizations have collaborated with the Brazilian government and local communities. One of the most notable achievements is the recovery of the giant otter population, a species that was once on the brink of extinction. When humans act with faith and determination, nothing is impossible. Under the soft twilight of the Cape Floristic region, the African penguin, the only penguin species, known for its donkey-like braying, they live along the coast, nesting in the sand. Upon reaching reproductive maturity, the foundation of the pair is a monogamous relationship. The female lays 1 or 2 eggs, and both male and female take turns incubating them. After hatching, the chicks are carefully protected by both parents, who go out at dawn. However, food scarcity, particularly of anchovies and sardines, due to overfishing. According to censuses in 2023 and 2024, the total number of breeding pairs has dropped to about 9,900. This sharp downward trend, nearly 8% per year, has placed the species in the critically endangered category. Current conservation efforts focus on establishing no-take marine zones near the coast. Under the delicate morning mist of the Cape Floristic region as the echoes of the African penguin colonies fade. The Cape Griesbok, an antelope endemic to the Fynbos region, chooses a survival strategy. Small and silent, rarely exceeding 22 pounds, with a light brown coat flecked with white. This species has solitary habits, often foraging at night to avoid predators. Also in this region, the chacma baboon, Africa's largest monkey, has developed a survival strategy. Living in large troops on the forest edges and on cliffs, they climb with ease. On the Cape Peninsula, many baboons have been recorded opening car doors or wandering near tourist areas. Their diverse foraging ability is admirable. Their diet includes both native and exotic plants, with dispersal over 3 miles. However, the relationship between baboons and humans is fraught with conflict. There are still many cases of hunting, shooting with live ammunition, and illegal monitoring. Behavioral analysis shows that after episodes of human-induced violence, baboons change their habits. This can negatively affect the troop's structure and their reproductive success. Baboon troops have a complex social system. They sleep in groups on high cliffs, and at dawn, all individuals wake and move. Among the lower levels of the forest, as the Chakma baboon troop retreats into the shade of the rocks, the Cape sugarbird, a nectar-feeding bird endemic to the Fynbos ecosystem, with its elegant long tail. It glides gently among protea blossoms, sipping sweet nectar and inadvertently carrying pollen. Through this behavior, the sugarbird becomes a crucial link in the natural pollination chain. Data from 2024 shows this species is the primary agent enabling over 70% of protea plants. Each day, a single individual can visit over 300 flowers, creating a vast cross-pollination network. Despite possessing one of the world's richest ecosystems, South Africa currently faces a series of alarming threats. Rhino poaching shows no sign of abating. In the first quarter of 2025, 103 individuals were slaughtered, mostly in national reserves. The black market price for rhino horn now reaches $60,000 per 2.2 pounds. Wildfires are another danger, increasing in both frequency and intensity. On the Cape Peninsula alone, in January 2024, over 62,000 acres of forest were consumed by fire. Studies show that an average of 9% of the fynbos and mixed shrubland vegetation burns. Meanwhile, the boom in ecotourism over the past decade, though generating significant revenue, on the Savannah, life is alone. A single breath extinguished, so that 1,000 others may begin. Death is not an end. It is a transference. Blood is spilt to write the next chapter for a future generation. The eternal cycle begins. Under the fierce African midday sun, life itself seems to pause. The air, thick and shimmering with heat, turns the horizon into a watery mirage. The sun, a dominant orb of fire, scorches the earth, compelling most creatures to seek sanctuary. This is a time of silence, of waiting, a time of conservation, when the whole savannah seems to hold its breath beneath the weight of the day. A pride of lions is at rest. Leading them is a veteran female, her body a living map of countless hunts and battles for survival. Each scar etched upon her weathered face tells a story of courage and of loss. She does not hunt for herself. Behind her, sheltered by the dense thicket, lies the next generation. The cubs, carefree and playful, are as yet unaware of the harshness of the world they have entered. Their very existence depends entirely on their mother's skill, her experience, and her eventual success. Hunger, a primal and relentless driver, now stirs within her. The pride has not had a significant meal in nearly 3 days. Energy is dwindling. The pressure is mounting. As the sun begins its slow descent, a subtle change ripples across the plain. The searing heat yields to a gentle, cooling breeze. The transition is more than a change of light. It is a shift in power. The stage is being set for the drama of dusk. With a soft, almost inaudible grunt, the command is given. The other members, younger and stronger, understand instantly. They rise and stretch, muscles rippling beneath tawny coats. The hunt has begun. Their coordination is a symphony of instinct, honed over thousands of generations. Not a sound is uttered, yet each individual knows its precise role. They are not merely hunters, they are the architects of the ambush. A herd of plain zebra, their striped coats, one of nature's most curious displays of camouflage. Contrary to common belief, the stripes are not for blending in with the grasslands. They create an optical illusion known as dazzle camouflage, making it difficult for a predator to single out an individual from the chaotic mass once they begin to move. But the lead stallion does not rely on illusions. He relies on his acute senses. His ears can detect the snap of a twig from hundreds of yards away. His sense of smell can detect the scent of a lion from a great distance, should the wind turn. He is the herd's early warning system. The old lioness knows this. She has faced such sentinels countless times. She knows that patience is not merely a virtue, it is the ultimate weapon. And then, the one thing every hunter fears, a sudden gust of wind, a betrayal by the very air. The scent of the predator, however faint, has been delivered. The lead stallion's head snaps up. He sounds a piercing alarm snort. In a fraction of a second, tranquility becomes pandemonium. The chase is over before it has truly begun. Precious energy has been wasted, an opportunity lost. This is the unforgiving reality of life on the savannah. As they move across a more open expanse, a strange, almost maniacal cackle. The spotted hyena. Often dismissed as opportunistic scavengers, the truth is quite different. They are supremely effective hunters with a bite force powerful enough to crush bone. Their societies are ruled by females in a complex and ruthless matriarchy. And they are the lion's ancient enemy. The competition between these two species is one of Africa's oldest and most bitter rivalries. They do not just compete for food, they compete for territory, for power, and for the right to exist. It seems these sworn enemies share a common goal. A Cape buffalo, nicknamed the Black Death. It is one of the few prey animals that will readily stand and fight a lion. Its boss of horns is a formidable defensive weapon, and its temperament is notoriously unpredictable. A full herd can easily repel a lion attack. But this buffalo is alone, and he is old. An injury has given him a limp in his gait, slowing his pace. He has separated himself from the safety of the herd, and in that moment, he has sealed his fate. Both lions and hyenas have realized this. A tense standoff unfolds in silence. Who will make the first move? The old lioness does not hesitate. Her decision is made. This time, the attack must be faultless. She signals the pride, and they begin to silently encircle their prey. The decisive moment hangs in the air. The entire savannah seems to hold its breath.